It's happening right now. It's happening to banking, blockchain, crypto. If change is happening in finance, then it's happening everywhere. And it's happening with Ripple.
Here I am. All right. Well, I want everybody to hear what he has to say. This guy, you know, it's an old clip, but what he has to say really is relevant to today. I mean, when November 22nd happens and SWIFT goes live with the ISO 222, $150 trillion annually needs to be on the move. That is $404 billion daily is forced to settle. So, and what my theory is that everything will settle on the XRPL, which will equal the invisible settlement layer for all of the crypto mesh of things and everything else. But right now, you're going to hear from him where he says that hundreds of trillions of dollars need to be on the move. Okay, or sorry, I'm saying this all wrong. I'm too excited when I hear this. I'm like, why didn't I see this a long time ago? Anyway, he's talking about how the industry needs to be basically hundreds of trillions of dollars. The DeFi needs to be up to $10 trillion. Are we hearing what these numbers? We are at not even a $4 trillion market cap, and he's talking about it needs to be in the hundreds and trillions. And then all of a sudden we have the biggest shift, the biggest move going on November 22nd, a move that was delayed to November 22nd. There's a deadline on that day where there's no coexistence period anymore. And listen to what he has to say. If you better listen to this stuff, because this is going to change your life, and this will make sense. If you're acting, oh, there's nothing. No, listen to what he has to say.
So institutions have all the money because everybody put all their money into institutions. Like, there's only so much retail capital out there to buy into DeFi, and I think the retail capital can get the blockchain industry to 5 or 10 trillion. And it can get DeFi to 1 or 2 trillion. But really, we want to be in the hundreds of trillions in our industry, and we want DeFi to be in the tens of trillions. And I think the only way that happens is that all the world's institutions have a clear and simple way to adopt, and a good reason to adopt DeFi.
A simple and a good reason to adopt DeFi. Let's see. Let's get some good reasons to adopt it. Well, some of the good reasons to adopt it is there's a mass de-dollarization going on. I mean, we could adopt it to prevent that by forcing everybody to settle when they have to settle into the system. So there's a charge or there's a fee. I'm saying it wrong. You know, like I said, it's late. I'm trying to figure out how to connect these dots to everybody. I feel like I'm the Charlie Brown teacher sometimes, and I'm thinking up stuff. I'm saying the wrong stuff, but I feel like it's coming out wah 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 wah. Okay, and I'm just trying to explain to you. There's big numbers on the move here, and people are acting like November 22nd isn't a big deal. But it's a huge deal because it is the start to this on-ramp to this behemoth of a money move, of financial messaging is stopping. And let me show you what that is. Let me show you what financial messaging I'm talking about. And because there's going to be the reason for it is, and number one, we need to understand that Ripple has been working on this problem since day one. As a matter of fact, let me pull up that clip right now.
Almost from the...
All right, here's the clip that Brad Garlinghouse is talking about Ripple, XRP, and everything like that.
And almost from the beginning, in the earliest times that I remember first meeting Yoni, Ripple has been focused on serving that infrastructure layer around particularly cross-border payments. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunity for crypto And when Ripple kind of looked at this and we looked at the unique attributes of XRP, kind of the digital asset native to our tech stack, we felt like cross-border payments is an area where there's a ton of friction, a ton of cost. I think Team eToro knows this well. So, the antiquated system generally referred to as a SWIFT wire transfer. It was designed 50 years ago. It tends to be rather slow, expensive, and error-prone. So, we started focusing on that. And
so institutions have all the money.
Yeah, we might as well
Everybody
listen to
put all
this
their money
again.
into institutions. Like, there's only so much retail capital out there to buy into DeFi, and I think the retail capital can get the blockchain industry to 5 or 10 trillion, and it can get DeFi to 1 or 2 trillion. But really, we want to be in the hundreds of trillions in our industry, and we want DeFi to be in the tens of trillions. And I think the only way that happens is that all the world's institutions have a clear and simple way to adopt, and a good reason to adopt DeFi.
Your good reason to adopt DeFi is the old messaging stops on November 22nd, and it has to move to the new stuff, to the new DeFi stuff, to the new stuff, people. Okay, come on, man. I don't know how easy it is. I'm trying to connect the dots as easy as I can for you. And this isn't like something that people have been just working out one little thing. This has been a plan from a long time ago. This has been in motion for a long time. Trust me. The world is a show. The world is a show. I guarantee you the world is a show. All right, guarantee it. You ain't going to get me to believe anything else. The world is a show. This guy's saying, hey, we need it to move hundreds of trillions. We need it to be in the tens of trillions. You got Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse saying, hey, we're working with, we're working on a problem that SWIFT has. We've been working on it from day one, cross-border payments. Wow, if they've been working on SWIFT from day one, but somehow they're not even going to be used by SWIFT, everybody keeps assuming they're not. And come on, wake up. Are you kidding me? Read the room. I must come from an Italian family where we read a lot better, where we can call out a lot of crud, okay? And if you can't read what in between the lines, read in between the lines. Okay, the lines are is that they're telling you that there's a shift coming. They're telling you that they've been working on this problem since day one. They saw it was a problem. It was cross-border payments. It was old. It was slow. It was like Morse code. Okay, it was like Morse code to email. Okay, and they've created the email for money. Okay, it's what we're seeing right now is he's saying, hey, let there be a reason. Let there be a reason. Well, there is a reason now, and because XRPL is the cheapest, all right? It's permissionless, right? It's free. I mean, it's the best settlement layer to build on. So you tell me what they're going to build on. Just like what did they build the internet on? What did they build Google and Amazon on? They built it on TCP over IP, right? That's how Google and Amazon were created. He's saying there needs to be a reason. There is a reason. There is a reason. Like I said, you have de-dollarization. You have all these things that are your sanction doesn't affect the people. They got a panda card in China right now. I mean, even if you sanction that, you don't even sanction their civilians or civilians. You don't even sanction the people because the transaction with the panda card, they don't do Visa or Master because that transaction goes to New York. The panda card goes to them. So therefore, a sanction does nothing. So we are having to do something. So if we're figuring out sanctions aren't doing anything and we have no control over money, then guess what we need to do? We need to start to funnel, all right, be the master, formulator of the system, all right, and funnel all those transactions into one. Okay, and this is the plan. It's been Bitcoin conference. Trump talked about it in Bitcoin conference. He talked about how, you know, if you're going to pay in a Chinese coin or this coin, or you're going to do business over there, we're going to tariff you, we're going to tax you, blah, 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 blah. You can pay in American coin. You can move company over here in America. Come on. It's the design of the game. It's the design of the game, and they're telling you the rules. They're telling you, hey, you know, this is what has to happen. This needs to happen. This has to happen. And for this to really work out, we need to be able to move, you know, tens of trillions. Chainlink, the CCIP, is going to connect things across chain. Okay, you're gonna have a mesh of things. Linea will connect, you know, data and there's going to be so many cryptos working together, but the finality of it is they're all going to settle on the invisible XRPL layer. Okay, you'll have XLM, you'll have XTC, they'll you know what, trade, retail, you know what I mean? There's going to be so many moving parts, but at the end of the day, the settlement layer is going to be XRPL. It's going to be the cheapest. Just like at the end of the day, you're not going to build something else to build the internet. You're gonna stay with the cheapest layer to build the internet. Okay, you're not going to don't let people fool you of what's going on. Everybody's like, November 22nd, nothing's happening. November 22nd hasn't even happened. All right, it was actually delayed, and we're getting ready to see the big firework moment. We were actually excited to see this moment a long time ago, and they delayed it to November 22nd. Remember July? Hello, it was supposed to happen in July. What is everybody acting like July happened and nothing happened? Nothing happened in July because they delayed it. They postponed it. Okay, this moment is happening. The United States is not going to lose the power of innovation. We're not going to lose the strength of our dollar. We're not going to allow this whole design of this funneling of stuff is how we neutralize the damage that's being caused right now. It helps neutralize it by recycling it. Okay, here we're gonna go into some other stuff. This is a little longer video, but I hope you're paying attention, because I'm showing my face. We're talking, and you're gonna see things that are gonna change your life. If you're watching this, there's over how many thousands of cryptos out there, and nobody even knows what right one, wrong one anymore. They don't even know what direction they're going. I'm telling you right now, you're on the right place. This is entertainment, not financial, you know, advice. But I'm telling you right now, read the room. I'm going to tell you what things are taking place. I'm going to tell you these gentlemen are working with high-end government officials. They're working with the president. XRP is a strategic reserve. Come on. I mean, they can't tell you any other way, because after that it's just like nobody wants to join it because you told your whole country what's going to go on, and it just feels unfair. I don't even know. I mean, that's just me spitting out some weird, just thoughts. Let's stay on track. You're watching the right thing. This is going to help you. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain crypto and what is going on. And right now you're getting ready to see the starting ramp of this shift of the financial system. And this shift, I'm not saying it's going to be fireworks in one day. I'm saying by 3 years or something, it's going to be huge. This is going to be so huge. Your dollar, the depowering of your dollar, and I think there's going to be a reversing. The dollar is actually, I believe this new system is going to build the strength of the dollar. It will pay off the debt. I believe that you'll have staking farms. There's going to be so many things that XRP can handle and do in the future that we don't even see. That's gonna make the circulating supply so scarce, and where debt becomes, value on and it becomes, a snowball effect to the system, the network, of the network value of the system, because all of a sudden you will see where debt equals value, where debt equals, equals, you know, a snowball effect on what we hold. And when everything, all world wealth is settling on this, we will see a snowball effect of all of that. Okay, when all of the tokens are ETF gobbled up, we will see a snowball effect of that. Okay, when all countries are working with XRPL to save 90% in fees to save over $7 trillion in fees a year. Oh, yeah. But nothing's going to happen on November 22nd. Everybody wants to pay $6 trillion a year. Oh, yeah, and the system, and by the way, on November 2026, the last of everything's done. Everything. So what is everybody talking about? I mean, you are going to see the most massive shift, just like we saw when the gold anchor lost its backing, okay, in 1971. Okay, what happened in 1973? Well, they were printing so much money by 1973, they needed to do something. So they had to wrap the money with something. They had to entangle it. They had to save the dollar, the power, the falling power of the dollar. So what do? They made a secret deal, behind doors with Saudi Arabia, and boom, the petrodollar was made. By 1974, all OPEC nations joined it. Come on. Now we're seeing that whole deal is fading. People are getting out of it. You see China, even, the ones that joined the deal, they're buying their own shipment of oil with yuan, China yuan. They're not needing our dollars anymore. They're even, all the BRICS are getting together to try to join, what are they trying to do? Come on with it. Basically, they're getting together. They're trying to combine their currencies to have like a one currency, like a euro. Okay, they're trying to basically get out of our need. Okay. But what they're not getting out of is they're still doing test protocols with XRPL. Just like how they built with TCP over TCP over IP. Okay, just how Russia built their internet and built their websites off the same thing. It's gonna be the same reaction. Okay, they're not going to be like, oh, we're going to build something. No, they're going to use the same. They're not going to reinvent this wheel. This is a biblical thing. This is Revelations. Everybody's like, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, not going to. Yeah, it is. I mean, it even says it in the Bible that there's going to be a one world currency. So we need to just do the investigation. You need to do your homework, because I'm telling you right now, okay, if we're not paying attention, we're gonna miss the mark on this one. And right now, you need to be thanking God for every day that you even have, other than just missing this mark. Even if we didn't even have this mark, I'm still so thankful for everything we do have, everything I do have in my life. The only reason why I'm even sharing any of this information is because, I lost my dad a long time ago, but not a long time ago. I lost my dad just recently, not a long time ago. Crud. Jeez Louise. But he used to be the one I always used to bounce everything off of. I used to always talk to him. He would question me. And just in June this year, he passed away. And I decided I was going to do a YouTube. I decided I was going to share my thoughts, share my ideas. I was going to do my own research. I was going to do, just come up with my own thoughts. And that's why I'm here today. I'm here today because I'm really trying to connect the dots to people. I'm really trying to connect people to not get left behind on this new system, because I know it's coming. It has to come. If it doesn't come, what, we're supposed to just allow our dollar to keep going in debt, or our dollar to spiral out, and our economy to keep flowing into debt, and that's, I mean, and try to fix it doing the same thing we're doing today. That's the definition of insanity. Trying to do the same thing, expect a different result. I know you guys have heard that in my other videos, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And right now, we are seeing the biggest opportunity in financial history that we're not going to see ever again in our lifetime. Probably never again in our children's lifetime either, or their children's lifetime. Because I'm telling you right now, this shift isn't going to be something that's 200, 300. This is 1,000-year-old thing. This is centuries and this is 10 centuries things. I mean, the first ledger that was ever created, it was 1100, and it lasted to 1650. So it lasted 550, years, and it was made out of wooden sticks. This is digital. You have data centers all over the world being built. You have, I mean, why are those being built? Oh, because nothing's getting ready to happen. You're right. Come on. It's getting ready to happen. Things are getting ready to switch. The switch is getting ready to get flipped. I hope you people are listening, and I really hope I'm connecting with one person. Because if I can connect with one person, I can guarantee you that one person can see the facts here, and they can understand, not get scared when the market's going up and down, but they can dollar cost average their own thoughts into an investment strategy of their own, like I have, and they're going to find out that it's not real rocket science. Once you can see what's really going on, and you can really connect the facts to the dots, or the dots to the facts, okay, you're going to understand that it's really simpler than it seems. I mean, everything that I'm bouncing off too, I'm trying to fact check it. I'm trying to bounce it off. I'm trying to, always question what I'm thinking. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't make no sense when somebody says November 22nd isn't going to do anything. It's going to be a nothing burger, when literally everything has to start funneling to this new system. Now, I'm not saying XRP is going to go to $1 bajillion or whatever, but I am going to tell you one thing, that you're going to see some. You know what? How about you just look at the burn chart? I bet we're going to see a big, huge increase of XRP being burnt on November 22nd. What do you want to make a bet? That will prove that I'm right. We watch the burn chart on November 22nd, and you're going to see something crazy. Okay? You're going to see something that we've never seen, and it's going to start to amp up. And I'm guaranteed we're going to start to witness this diabolical shift into this new financial system, and it's not going to be slow. The adoption of the cell phone wasn't slow. Think about what I'm holding in my hand and what you're holding in your hand. I mean, think about what that was in 2000. And isn't it funny? Nobody thought the internet was anything too in 1994, and look at what the internet is today. And some people say the internet made billionaires in the year 2000, and some say that XRP will make trillionaires by 2030. Grok was telling me the other day too that my price analogy or price prediction was somewhere around $500 in the year 2027. It says it's plausible. I mean, I think we need to start to question what's really going on, why something needs to be fixed, and we need to see that, hey, our president right here, he's calling for it. I mean, look at this. Look.
We need to lead. Zero chance, Jen. Honestly, zero chance. Michael Saylor was a good friend. I've known him for almost 25 years, and
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. All right. right, here we go. Listen to what he has to say. This is from CoinDesk. Debanking was 100% the catalyst. Just like I was saying.
Zero chance, Jen. Honestly, zero chance. Michael Saylor was a good friend. I've known him for almost 25 years, and he always said, "Eric, buy Bitcoin." And I said, "Michael, if I can't feel it, if I can't see it, if I can't touch it, I want nothing to do with it." And then all of a sudden, I started getting debanked. It's the same very people that were debanking all the people that you know, and all the people Asher know, and all the people I know, and all the people who believed in modern finance and modern digital assets. And I realized how damn smart those people were. They're brilliant people who want to change the system for the better, and not just here in the U.S., but around the world. And so, no, the debanking was 100% the catalyst of us getting into digital assets.
Well, you heard him. Debanking was definitely the catalyst. Okay. Well, here's a minute. Okay, and Brad Garlinghouse talks about prime brokerage, ETFs. There's a lady in here that talks about, these are really important for everybody to understand and listen to. You guys need to learn this stuff. Everybody needs to watch this video over and over and over until you learn it. I mean, that's why I'm giving you this information. These people that we're listening to, well, you'll hear it.
Let's be honest, who is better, me or David Schwartz? Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse. This is Crypto in 1 minute. A prime broker is really a one-stop shop that allows all kinds of different asset managers, whether these are well-known hedge funds, trading desks, market makers. It gives them a one-stop shop venue to trade and clear everything from digital assets, derivatives, swaps, all kinds of different assets. And these guys are doing trillions of dollars of trades. Historically, those have been really owned by the traditional commercial banks, the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs. Banks now don't do, well, new players like Hidden Road, a company Ripple bought recently, is new to this space, and they're growing very quickly by serving that same market, but also including digital assets as part of the mix. Having a well-capitalized, a super strong balance sheet player like Hidden Road is allowing more institutions to come into these asset classes against a well-capitalized counterparty, and that is prime brokers bringing people into crypto in 1 minute. I'm definitely hurt, but also excited that I was overlooked for years before being on here, but now here I am.
Yeah, listen.
Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse. This is Crypto.
Why are crypto ETFs exciting?
1 minute on why are people excited about crypto ETFs. I think there's two main factors going on here. One is, for the longest time, institutional investors primarily trading on Wall Street, really haven't been able to access crypto directly. Their options were to either self-custody, onboard with an exchange, and some people don't like centralized exchanges for a whole host of reasons. So this was really the first time you had institutions be able to go on Wall Street and trade directly in crypto. This is an unlock for a couple reasons. For capital that couldn't come in, whether it's an endowment, whether it's a pension fund, even mutual funds that didn't or couldn't access crypto, now they can. The second thing is, it really is institutionalizing the entire industry of crypto. I think it should be no surprise that the Bitcoin ETF was the fastest ETF ever to get to $1 billion in assets. I think it passed 10 billion in assets faster than anyone as well. And today is, I think, will eventually close in on the gold ETF, and that's in 1 minute.
I feel good. I'm ready. I'm an athlete, so let's do this thing. Hi, I'm Lauren Beliv, and this is Crypto in a Minute. It all comes down to my favorite quote from The West Wing. Decisions are made by those who show up. And in 2024, Ripple showed up. It was the Biden administration, and we were under Gary Gensler's reign of terror, where he issued over 100 different enforcement actions across the crypto industry. That is not regular order. So Ripple decided to really invest its time and energy in the political process, working tirelessly to educate bipartisan members on our technology and our work around consumer protection. We went to the DNC, we invested into the RNC, and we participated throughout the campaign cycle. And now we have the most pro-crypto Congress, as well as a pro-crypto president. We attended the inauguration along with the inaugural White House Crypto Summit. We are working with Congress as it puts pen to paper on bipartisan legislation that will define the next 100 years of our industry, and we are excited about all the potential that there is to come. Boom. How was that?
I feel good. I condensed 6 years of my life into 60 seconds. Hi, this is Stu Alderody, and this is Crypto in a Minute. So why did the SEC drop its appeal against Ripple? I think the real question is, why did they bring the case at all? The SEC has not only dropped its appeal against Ripple, they've now dropped every case against every crypto company in the United States. Why? Because the SEC has now admitted what we've always been saying, that you can't bring enforcement actions for violating the law without first explaining what the law is, and we never had clear laws, rules, and regulations regarding crypto in this country. So we're going to clean up the mess, we're going to get out of the courtroom, we're going to get back to running business, and we're going to now press forward, working with Congress to get smart crypto regulation in place that protects consumers, that protects the integrity of the market, that keeps bad actors out, and most importantly, allows the innovation to flourish.
Well, you guys heard it. Okay, it's happening. They're talking about they're working with Congress with legislation. They're talking about I don't know about all the other 40,000 cryptocurrencies, but I am getting a little more for sure about XRP, XLM, XDC, L2, Ethereum, like Linea, HBAR. I'm seeing where the dots are connecting, and I'm hoping this is connecting. We're telling you, I mean, the ETFs we're telling you the importance of it. We're telling you what it's getting ready to do. We're telling you where it's getting ready to go. People are like, oh, it's dropping. The ETFs are doing it. Man, probably. They know more ETFs are coming. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, I can just say rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until we know there's no more coming. So I hope this video, I hope people watch it. I mean, it's a long video, but it's full of information. If you don't get any information from this, I don't even know. I don't. If this doesn't prove that there is people working with people, you know what? I'm gonna actually show you some other things too. Look at what Ripple and what they're doing. Hold on. All right, this is a commercial from Ripple, but it talks about the legacy systems, and I want you to catch what they're. I mean, what I'm feeling. All right, the SWIFT is saying the legacy system's getting ready to stop, and anyway, listen to the commercial. Just listen for legacy system. Let me help you out for the answer for the quiz. Listen for that, and absorb the commercial and let it make sense. If it will play.
There is a moment when potential becomes reality, when an idea moves from a concept to a new standard. The world of finance is at that moment. For decades, it has been built on legacy systems, closed borders, and delays. But the digital age demands something more. It demands instant value, universal access, and a system without friction. This is the power of digital assets. This is the promise of blockchain. And it's all happening with Ripple. We're in New York City, in the financial capital of the world. And we're moving swell to the heart of it all to continue building the future of global finance. One that's faster, more efficient, and more inclusive for everyone. And we're not building it alone. We are working with the world's most influential financial institutions, regulators, and visionary leaders from across the globe. You are at the center of this transformation, the catalyst that makes it all real. Welcome to New York City and the 9th annual Swell.
There you heard it. Okay, there we heard it. All right. I mean, they're talking to major financial institutions. The one gentleman I showed you is saying that the institutions are the ones with the money, and we're needing hundreds of trillions of dollars. Connecting the dots for you and showing you how Ripple is talking to the institutions that have the hundreds of trillions of dollars. And plus Ripple is admitting that they're working on the old systems problem like the SWIFT had, how it has all these problems that they're working out, that they saw problems and they created solutions for it. People, have a blessed Monday. The market's getting ready to go crazy. This is the beginning of the bull run. I can guarantee it. There's just, if it's not, then everything's a wash. Then the dollar's a wash. The Trumps are debanked. I mean everything. There's no possible way. This isn't advice, but this is for entertainment and education purposes. And I guarantee you, I feel like this is more educational than anything right now. And I hope you're getting the education out of it. Love God, love your family. Everybody hold each other tight. And, yeah, get ready. Get ready. You know, and since you understand this is the on-ramp, it's a dollar cost average. It's dollar cost average for me. I'm going to continue to put little at a time. And guess what? If you have a bad time, you know, sorry, I forgot I wasn't going to shut it off. But if you have a bad time or a bad habit, or you like gambling, you like smoking, you like drinking, you like doing whatever, stop it. Invest it into something. You know what? You know the difference between gambling and smoking cigarettes and all that junk is once it's gone, it's all gone. It's done. It's 100% washed up. Heck, even if you spent that money and put it into XRP or the crypto market, at least it would be, you know, and it went to that bear market and you're like, oh man, I bought it at the top, and then look at where, at least you're only at 50%. Start buying some more with that addiction money, or that funny money that you always like to spend on fun stuff that really doesn't serve a purpose. But I mean, you could use that to benefit your family. This is the Rockefeller moment of your life. This is heck, remember what Warren Buffett says? We're at the fear and greed. When fear's at its best, that's the best time to, what does he say? If fear's at its best, that's when to invest, right? Come on, guys. When it all makes sense, there's going to be, if there's only how many percentage of people into crypto, there's what, 20? Let's say there's 20%. That means there's 80% of people not into crypto. Come on. Join it. Migrate a little bit of your money. I guarantee you the snowball effect that it will have if you listen to and do the right research and put it in the right stuff. It's going to be generational, life-changing move you did. I love y'all. Peace out. And I pray that we all have a beautiful week, and I pray for everybody just to continue to grind, continue for God to, just thank you, God, for everything. Just thank you, God. Thank you, God, for me talking to you guys. I'm out. Bye.
The Middle East and Africa is one of the most promising regions in the world for enterprise crypto development and adoption. The United Arab Emirates is one of the first countries in the region to provide regulatory clarity for the industry. We are proud to be the first blockchain-enabled payment service provider to be licensed by the Dubai Financial Services